Hola, Case. Buenos días. De hecho, todavía es la mañana. It's about 11 o'clock and sábado. Entonces, I have been grading you guys' exams, and so things have been going really good. I'm quite happy with them. Make sure that you are reading your feedback. It's going to be really important that not only do you check and see what your grade is, but that you actually really pay attention and process the corrections and the feedback. So as I had mentioned to some of your guys' feedback, especially audio, you are being graded on la pronunciación en español, but guess what? It's not easy. It's completely new and different for us. So I thought I would post a video that hopefully will be helpful tips for you guys anytime you're reading and seeing a Spanish word and just aren't sure of how to pronounce it. Entonces, la primera parte es sobre la pronunciación. I'm going to say the letters in English. So here is my chart. All of the letters, the vowels, las vocales, in español are the same in English. And every time you see the letter A, it's pronounced A in a word. Anytime you see the letter E, the English E, it's always, always, always pronounced A. Anytime you see the I in Espanol, it's always, always, always pronounced E. Same with the O and the U. They don't ever change. Like in English, some of the spelling changes in las pronunciaciones in English words, they change. But in Espanol, every time you see a vowel, it never changes. The vowels are always sound the same in your words. So, when you see a word, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go straight to the vowel and figure out what does it sound like. So, por ejemplo, this word is Thursday in Espanol. And it's kind of weird. It's a weird one, right? First of all, this J is pronounced like in English, H, ho. And so then you're going to go, always when you see a word in Spanish, go to the vowels first. How does this vowel sound in Espanol? It's pronounced with an U. How is this vowel sounded? It's pronounced como E. This vowel is pronounced A. You put it all together. Jueves, 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 jueves. So that's our tip. Is you go first to, when you see a word in Spanish, you go straight to each individual vowel and think to yourself, what does it sound like? A, E, O, U. A, E, O, U. Those are the Spanish vowels, and they don't ever change. All right, let's do Friday. Miles, Sunshine, can you turn that down, please, a little bit? It's really important here. Friday. Again, it looks weird for us, so you go straight to the vowels. This one is always pronounced E. The English I is E. E. And E. So you go straight to those vowels and think about what they sound like, and then you put it all together. Viernes. So these are pronounced. Even though they're right next to each other, you still pronounce them as their individual sound. Viernes. And this one too, es. One of our verbs that kind of gives us a hard time a little bit, ayudar, which means to help. This is our infinitive verb, which means to help. It's not conjugated. A, u, a, ayudar, ayudar. And then this really is Y in this case, so it's a U. Ayudar. So what about I help? Go straight to this one. A. How do you pronounce this one? U. And this one, O. Together, ayudo. 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 I help. This is one of our words that we know pretty well, but this is just another example of why it's pronounced bien. Because that I, English I by itself is E. The English E by itself is E. Bien, bien, muy bien, good. Trabajo. That's another one. I work. Or bien trabajo, good work, is always pronounced with each vowel. All right, moving on to two other little things I want to point out to you. The difference between the two verbs in Espanol that mean to be. Ser is used for permanent characteristics. Soy maestra. It's a fact. It doesn't change. Soy de Montana. I am from Montana. It's a fact. It's a permanent trait of mine. Soy maestra. I am a teacher. That doesn't change. That's first person conjugation of ser. What about you as a one person singular? Eres un estudiante o eres una estudiante. Whether you're a boy or a girl student. Right now you are. That's a fact. Now it's not going to be permanent for the whole rest of your life, but for right now it is a fact. It is permanent. Please turn that down. Lo siento. Entonces, what about I'm talking about all of you guys? Son estudiantes. You guys are students, so that's the third person plural. What about all of us, myself included? Somos de Montana. It's a fact. It's a permanent trait. We are. Versus el otro verbo, que significa to be in español, estar. To be is also to be. Oh, estar is also to be. But it is temporary. Emotions, location, something not permanent. And the first person is estoy. Por ejemplo, right now, in my house, estoy en la cocina. I'm in the kitchen. That's where I am. Estoy in a particular place. And this is one we know well because you've learned it quite a bit by now. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? You've seen that question a lot. It means, how are you? But it means in this moment, ¿cómo estás right now? So our answer is, bueno, estoy bien right now. Maybe in a half an hour when you ask me, ¿cómo estás? I might be estoy mal. I might be bad. So we use estar because that changes. And then down here, this is ser, ¿cómo eres? What are you like? So it's still second person, how are you? And what are you like? But here, this one is permanent. What are you like as a person? Not like in this particular moment, but in all the time, in general. What kind of person are you? And in some of our answers in our speaking exams, people answered correctly saying, soy divertido, I am funny, soy alto, I am tall, but we need to make sure we match our genders. So if you're a girl, you would say, soy alta, or soy divertida. So you're getting so there's quite a few things going on. Which verb are you using and which gender are you using with your adjective? So those are just some hopefully helpful tips for you guys. So I'm going to continue grading your exams today. And again, just por favor, leer las correcciones. Your feedback is really important. And always just email or call me with questions. Entonces, muy bien trabajo and hasta luego.